Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Home Theater Hub. It's been an amazing week, and we're looking forward to an amazing show. I'm here with my co-host and a special guest, and there's somebody who's obviously missing. He's somewhere
Yeah.
enjoying some family time, so we'll let him, get away with that. But Don will probably hop on later. So
You
how's it
forgot the
been, Paul?
signature. You forgot the signature. Welcome, welcome, welcome
Oh yeah,
to
welcome,
the
welcome, welcome to the
67th
67th
episode of the
episode of the Home Theater Hub.
Home Theater
My
Hub.
name is not Don. My name is Ike. But yes, he's probably
Uh,
laughing right now.
my name's Paul.
Yep.
And I'm
And
Brian.
Special guest Brian today.
yes,
So, how's your week been, Ike, this week?
I thought I was going to be asking all the questions, but it's been great. It's been a great week. It's been a long one, busy with work,
Yeah.
life balance, and glad, I get to escape for another 2 hours, tonight and hang out with you guys and, Brian, Ace of Base Home Theater. That's one of the guys that everybody wants, a home theater that looks like theirs or, a setup that looks like theirs. So it's good to be here tonight. How about you?
Um,
Um, I'm doing good. Did you watch anything this week? I'm curious if you used your amazing home theater.
No, I did not. Now, I did a couple of things though. I did not watch. I fixed a problem that had been bugging me for the last of, months in the home theater with my projector screen. So apparently, I have the screen on the wall, right? But I have a 2x4 that runs across the top and the bottom. And then because I use the standard cheap wood, that particular wood started bowing,
uh,
right? So as a result of that, it made my image kind of tilt. So rather than getting a pretty good straight line at the bottom, it was almost like this, and
Gotcha.
it wasn't a lot about a month ago, but it looks like it just kept getting worse. And last week it was just I tried to watch a movie, it was so annoying, and it was just that little gap there. It just wasn't a straight line at the bottom, and I just couldn't watch anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to Home Depot. So I went to Home Depot and I bought like some of the most expensive. What's it called
five
again?
quarter number one pine. That'll stay true and straight every time. That's all
Yeah,
you need.
Yep,
yeah.
there you
Let me
go.
see. Yeah, but I
You
bought it
probably
wasn't
bought
cheap.
some oak or hardwood or something like that, and it's like that actually can warp more than.
Yeah, it was a pine lumber. I got
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're good.
yeah,
You're
the
A
good.
pine
treated.
3x4 might warp on you because they usually
Oh wait,
come into
no,
Home Depot
actually,
wet.
to be correct, I got the red cedar lumber.
Oh, Jesus
It's
Christ!
expensive. It's not cheap.
Wow.
Is that
Yeah.
what you got to fix the problem? Is that what started the problem?
That is what fixed the problem.
Okay.
I got a
Yeah,
regular 2x4.
it's
That
going
was
to
what I
dry
used.
out. It's
A
wet,
regular
and it's gonna
$4
warp.
2x4. That's what I put and started
Yeah.
warping. And then, yeah, I took a couple of hours yesterday and I started. Obviously, I didn't knock it out in one day, but I had to take the screen down, get the wife to help me take the screen down, take everything out, and try a
There you
few
go.
things. And yes, I finally have it back. So I'm looking forward to trying to watch the movie this weekend. But it was so annoying. Like a few, you know, that gap
Yeah.
just made it difficult to watch anything.
It was too distracting for you. I hear you.
Yep.
I watched Venom: The Last Dance.
I
That was
love that
pretty good.
movie.
I
Good
like
movie.
that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how about you, Brian? How's your week been? And did you watch anything in your amazing that we'll see later home theater?
Well, we make a point to watch a movie every night. I usually come down here before her, so I'll get home from work, I'll go to the gym, I'll come down around like 6 o'clock, watch a movie, and then me and her sit down here around like 8:30 when the kids are in bed, and we do TV shows. So right now, uh, it's Love Is Blind on Netflix, which I don't mind it. It's kind of like a fun show, so we're watching that. We're halfway through Dexter, so we'll kind of bounce back and forth. I mean, we're big into TV shows. That's why I did 16:9 instead of Scope, because we watch more. I watch movies by myself. She'll watch some movies with me, but mainly together it's TV shows, and then with my son it's video games. So Scope just wasn't it wouldn't work with. We watch more content that's full screen than we do that's like 240, 235. So yeah. But I watch a movie in here every night. I think before I got on with you guys, I watched Monster Hunter, which
yes,
yeah,
that one's I forget that one. That was like the apocalyptic one. Yeah.
And with these new subs I just got, it was my wife texted me. She's like, "Can you just tone the bass down a little bit because it's rattling the windows in the family room?" And I'm like, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, it's
need
doing
some better isolation on them subs.
You can't. The problem is with the bass, you can't hear any of the sound from this room cranked up to -5, close to reference. You can't hear the sound through the floor, but the bass just cuts through everything.
Goes, you can.
You can't contain the bass, and I have two 24s with 4,000 watts on each one, so it's just like,
you got a little bass there.
Huh? Just a little bit. Just a little bass.
That's the budget friendly 24s.
No, they're not budget friendly. They're it's two GSG audio design stereo integrity 24s in the BTS boxes with a speaker power SP 8000 amp. And let me tell you,
that's crazy, man.
Nice.
I have 421s upstairs, and that's in an open concept room.
How does that? How do those perform in your open concept room? Are they still really good?
Oh yeah, you can feel it in your chest. Like you're walking or something. It's like when the gunshots go off, you can feel it hit you right in the chest.
Yeah, I'm in the process of. I'm going to be adding 8 18s to my setup because I have an open concept, and then I'll have like whatever 24,000 watts divided amongst.
Now, is yours enclosed or is it open concept?
It's open concept.
Open concept.
So this is my first experience. I mean, I've been in other rooms, built rooms for people, but when I build a room for somebody, I just kind of turn it on, make sure everything works, and I don't sit in there. Enclosed. It was Steven Smith designed room from Home Theater Gurus, so everything's placed where it should be. In an enclosed room, it's a whole new experience for me. It's just like upstairs, open concept. Sounded fantastic, don't get me wrong, but down here, even my wife is like, her biggest thing is the center channel behind the screen. She's like, this is like the best thing I've ever experienced. I can't see any speakers, and the voices come from their mouths. Like upstairs, it's a family room, so the center channel's under the screen. When it's behind the screen, it's acoustically transparent. For me, I'd tell anybody that's a game changer. I mean, if you can do it. I know the big thing now is like TVs, like a big 100-inch TV, but when you can have the center channel behind the screen, everybody told me, do it. And I was always like, nah, there's no way that makes a difference. And as soon as I experienced it, I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to message all these guys and say, you're right. You're 100% right. Because it's fantastic. That's the best thing I could say. But yeah, the bass is, I can feel the bass in my hair and my face now. It's like, you can feel your face vibrating, you feel your hair moving. I'm like, this is pretty awesome. Now I know why Scott Newby has 20 18-inch subs in his room.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he had a hat on, it would just blow off of his head. I'm gonna make a trip out there one day when I get time. Just to,
it's a fun time. It's a fun time. I visited there, and I'll probably go again one of these days. I was like last minute.
Being in a competition stereo car, is it just like pressing on your whole body in there?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not like that. As far as if you've done car audio competition, the volume is so small. That's a huge difference. It's just not. It's not quite the same thing. You're not like blowing tassels 90 degrees,
So his pillows aren't flying through the air and sticking to the walls and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not quite that. It is
It's gotta be
definitely
intense.
powerful. Like, you're not getting much more powerful in a home.
No.
It's the loudest home I've experienced.
I can imagine. He probably has a little shed over at the electrical company with his name on it, and it's just for his house. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably.
It's a thank you note.
Yeah. So let's get back to Paul. So how was your week? What did you get a chance to watch?
Yeah. Again, I watched the Venom, The Last Dance, and other than that, I've been kind of under the weather. And knock on wood, I'm hoping this morning was the hey, I'm actually better. I mean, I had more energy today than I've had the last couple weeks.
Oh wow.
So it's just one of those summer cold. It wasn't anything major. It's just I was low energy all week and all last week.
I think that's been everybody over the past couple weeks. Yeah.
It's what happens when you go from -10 to 70 degrees in 3 days here.
Yeah.
It's like, man, what the heck? Actually, I think it only got up to 60, but still it was.
Where are you at?
Kansas City area.
Okay. Yeah, we never get -10 here. I mean, we've been down to 10. -10 never happens.
What area are you at?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised.
Close to the Maryland line. We're 15 minutes from the Maryland line, Hanover. So we're not up in the Poconos or anything.
You're just south of because man, not far north, man. They get feet of snow.
Oh yeah, yeah, not here. We got maybe one snowstorm 8 inches and another one was 4, and that's a blizzard here now. So -10, I don't think I could handle -10. That's cold.
That's something we don't have to worry about in Texas. Now
you're not
have
going
to worry about a storm.
generally. Yeah, I mean that's the kind of cold where you're just oh man, I'm not doing nothing. I don't need gas because I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Let's give a quick shout out to the chat. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. We got CB in the chat. We got Benny joining us. MFK Home Theater. And who else we got? We got GSG Audio in the chat. We got C. Godard. We got Rich all the way from Jamaica.
Yeah.
We got Big Man Fred.
We got 1K Fred. 1K Fred. Fred knows what that means.
Yep. So thank you all for joining us and hopping on, and we have our special guest, and he's up and ready to go, Brian. So it's good. Let's talk a little bit about Brian, right? I'm sure a lot of people know you on the forums, Facebook, and things like that. But tell us a little bit about yourself, and just kind of walk us through your home theater journey, right? How did you get to this ultimate home theater that you built?
So I'll be honest with you. I built a theater area upstairs in the family room, and I'd see all these guys posting, "Oh, you should build a dedicated room." My response was always "I don't need one. That's not for me. It can't be that much better." Well, guess what? I can stick my foot in my mouth now because I built one, and it is that much better because it's dedicated and sounds amazing. Me and my wife built it together. The big thing on Facebook right now is people are like, "How did you build that?" And honestly, me and her started building it from start to finish. It took us 6 weeks, which apparently is everybody's just shocked. How did you build it? Because I posted the progress, and if you look at the dates, they're like, "You're done?" And I'm like, well, and I explained to him, I was like, I do this for a living. I've been building for 32 years now. So it's when I get I don't know. I guess with this, I just got the motivation. You know what? Because here's what happened. My wife started working for me about a year ago. So we went to a few clients' houses. They all had dedicated theater rooms. After about the third one, she's like, "You know what? I'd like to have this in our house." And I was like, "Well, you screwed up because I'm ordering a lumber package tomorrow." And then that was the end of it. And she got
no take backs.
Yeah. So then it just spiraled into a tailwind. And she's like, "I know you. there's no turning back now. You're just going to build it and be done with it. And I think total, it took me and her 2 months. I mean, she helped me all the way through the way, you know, hanging drywall, finishing drywall. She did all the painting. So she's amazing. You might as well just call her a carpenter also. So without her, it would not have got done in 2 months, but I am grateful and thankful of all the guys that helped me. I mean, you know, you had Steven Smith designed it. Kevin Sorkin from GSG's always been great friend, helped me with choosing subs and even like choosing speakers and stuff. Steven Smith's amazing. Brandon Hill did all the calibration. I paid him for quite a few calibrations upstairs because I feel like in an open concept room, you keep chasing this certain sound.
Yeah.
The way it's hard to explain, like you can just keep buying bigger and bigger and bigger speakers and you never reach the goal you want. Down here, which is crazy, I had a whole triad silver bed layer that upstairs didn't, I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong. It didn't really work for me. But when I put it in a dedicated room that Steven Smith designed for the triads and all the right placement, it was like, why didn't I like these speakers upstairs? It's just when it's in a dedicated space, it's perfectly sound treated. Everything's where it should be. You don't really need to buy a speaker this big. It could be, and I get a lot of crap on the forums. They're like, "Ooh, little tiny center, giant subs," and I can't argue about it because it's like you have to understand a giant sub. A 24 is going to dwarf whatever you put next to it. Yeah. So these speakers, when they're like, "Do your speakers keep up with the subs?" I'm like, "Yeah." I wish I could invite everybody to my house that says that. And just let them sit in the main listing position and just put a movie on and let them judge for themselves. Then they'd be like, wow, I don't know why I said that. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I think it's just until you experience it, you don't understand. Yeah. And I didn't either. But once I did, even my wife, she's just like, I can't believe this. I have friends over that have been upstairs and they're like, dude, I don't want to say anything there, but they're like, this smashes your theater upstairs.
Yeah, and when you have your room properly designed, right, and properly treated, right, because those can be two different things. You can have a properly treated room, but it's an advantage when the room is even designed prior to get into the treatment. It can help a lot of speakers, right? It can make a huge difference. It can make, you know, it can make your, it's probably not going to make your $2,000 speaker sound like 20,000, but it can make your $2,000 speaker sound like $5,000. And obviously, your $20,000 speaker in the wrong room will sound like a $500 speaker.
Yep, yeah, exactly.
The reality is whenever you're in an enclosed room, you don't really need that big a sub. But if you want the volume that people love, because people love louder bass than they do louder, you know, mid-range.
Because I think it's all about the bass most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, that's anybody that gets impressed. Oh, if you have a loud stereo system and it's really loud, people are like, "Oh, that's loud. Can you turn it down?"
Yeah, but no bass.
If they have really loud bass, people are like, "Whoa!" That's what they're like. Wow! They don't say, "Oh God, turn that down." So that's the reason people have overly sized subwoofers. It's really impressive, you know.
They're barely working now. Granted, I've played with them a little bit and kind of took them up a couple notches. I could destroy this room. I could crack drywall. I could make stuff fall off the ceiling. But it's just the 24 is producing an effortless, just
You're using like 2% of that thing. You know, most under normal listening, you're using like 2%, which, hey, you know, it's a hobby. We enjoy it, you know.
It's fun, and it's a never-ending bottomless rabbit hole. We'll all admit to that. You can always buy a more expensive speaker. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, would I like to have a trim off one day? Yeah, for a storm, why not? We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll talk again in a year or two and be like, "How do you like?"
Never know.
You never know. Accidents do happen to my credit cards.
But see, I think the key of the hobby is being happy. And I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I don't think I was ever happy upstairs. Like I kept chasing something. I built this room. I mean, I'm using an Epson LS 12,000 projector, a Seymour screen with the Neo acoustic fabric, and I have a Lumigen on the way. I can't complain about anything. I mean, sure, would I like someone to send me a $25,000 JVC? Yep. Anybody out there that wants to send Ace of Base a $25,000 JVC, I'll give you my address. Send it over here. But the Epson is great. I mean, it's bang for the buck. It's a great projector. I haven't seen it with the Lumigen yet. I'm sure once I add
which one do you have? Which model?
Epson LS 12,000.
The 12,000.
Okay, yeah. That's
and I bought
it is a really great projector, and I think it's one of those things, right, where if you don't know, you don't know. Like, except you're trying to put it side by side with like an NZ8 or some. It is a great projector, and I think Paul and I we've seen demos of that thing, and it does really great. I don't see why anyone would rush to upgrade from them, but they're really good projectors.
So for the price, you can't beat it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up some.
I got the bulb model. I got the 6050 UB.
Yeah. People think I've never seen one. But people are like, "That's great. It looks awesome." I think the JVC thing. I've seen videos. I'm sure that it's where you get into the black levels. Like
they are quite a bit better. So that is definitely better.
They improved on it. They improved on it, and when it comes to JVC, you got to be careful with the JVC fans out there, right? But they have improved on the picture quality, and I think also how light controlled your room is also plays a really with LS 12,000 in particular, it would help to compensate. It's going to be some type of compensating control.
It wouldn't be worth it, like in my scenario, because I have my Epson in an open concept living room that's not light controlled. So the Epson is the right projector.
I have a LS 800 UST with ambient light rejecting screen, and up there it's never pitch black dark. I mean, I have motorized blinds that I can close the room off with, but when the kids are watching up there playing like Nintendo Switch or something, the kitchen lights are on. So without that ALR screen and without a UST, if I put this in that room, that any light it can't fight the light like a ultra short throw. I mean, I get that 100%.
Yeah.
But down here, I can make it so dark that I can't see my hand in front of my face.
Yeah.
So I'm amazed with it. Even like the clarity and just the colors and everything. It's TV quality to me. But ignorance is also bliss. Remember that.
Yeah.
So some of you guys that have seen like Christie's and
they're so
don't get me started on the Christie.
I don't even want to see it. I'm fine being over here. The ignorance is bliss guy, and just
Yep.
But I'm sure
we've seen them all. I mean,
we've seen them all, and I think I've almost gotten immune to them too, right? Like I come home and
there's
I still love my home theater.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Diminishing returns, and you're at that point with. To me, with an Epson or a BenQ, right? Like, the black levels are 20% better, on a JVC. But is that worth an extra 20 grand? I mean,
to me, no.
I mean, it is if it's in your budget. It's like and your light control. It's cool.
Yeah, I agree with Steven here. The Christie, and we saw the Christie right there. That one will ruin whatever impression you think you have of your home theater.
Well, but it's on
that's a different ballgame.
The Christie black levels are not. They're not even as good as like the Epson UBs or the ultra black Epsons.
It depends on which of the Christies.
But the brightness is
It's like
thousand
looking at a
times.
star, like
It's like blinding. Yeah. So it's all which side of the spectrum do you want to be on?
Man, those eclipses were the ones where I put my hand in my front of my face and I couldn't see my hands.
Yeah.
And see there, those things are, man, it's a different,
Yeah,
but it's a
they
different
are
ball.
mega
It's a
bright.
different budget. It's a different, it's a different ball game. It's not for
can
everyone.
watch-
It's a whole different pro league ball game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's for the screens that are measured in feet. Not
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
and you need a dedicated room for that and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to mount it inside your home theater and all that.
Yeah.
So you probably need like a 40 volt, 40 amp
Well,
outlet.
all those have to be installed by a specific because of the dangers of the light output. They have to be installed.
And it has to have like its own room for like ventilation. There, I've seen
With a
some pictures
specific set of dimensions and
I'm
things
like,
like that. So
I'm like, is that a diesel engine in that room?
Oh, dude, they're
what is
huge,
they're
man.
big. Yeah, they're huge.
Like the lens, I think the Sony one, the Sony one that we had, the lens alone was like, I mean, the lens was bigger than our
like that big.
projectors.
Like,
oh, it was
size,
huge.
yeah.
I mean, it was like the diameter was like it looked like a pizza, like a.
Now, in a perfect world,
crazy.
they would sell 150-inch OLEDs that were acoustically transparent that cost $10,000, and we all would have one. Because I have a Sony, I think I have a Sony A95J in the what we call the kids' living room, where they have like their PS5 and everything, and then we have a G4 in our bedroom. I mean, you can leave this room and watch a movie.
Yep.
Wow, the bars are so that they're not there. I'm projection. I'm Christy. Like LED balls, or is that just the no projector?
You're starting to cut out a little bit.
Yeah, we're losing you,
Brian. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
we hear you.
Like you're lagging a little bit, like the internet.
Like
Someone fired up the Xbox.
Yeah, somebody put some heavy load on your internet.
Someone's
like
playing some Call of Duty. No,
we're at the.
No, I think it's okay now.
Yeah.
Venom: The Last Dance is on right now. I don't know how. It's on there. That's what's on the screen right now.
That's funny.
I don't know.
I'm gonna pull up some pictures that I got from Facebook. Shout out to the Home Theater Gurus Facebook page, and then we can just talk. This is the front stage of your home theater, right?
Of course, that center channel looks small compared to those massive freaking subs. I mean, they're big subs.
Yep.
Ask my wife; she helped me carry them down here. And they were not.
Yeah. Oh, you went with the carbon fiber ones, man.
Yeah, they're the stereo integrity 24. So I think each one of their subs weighed like 225 pounds. It was not fun. It was not fun.
Yeah, definitely not fun. So how long did it take from start to finish, from planning, concept to design to completion for your theater? Because I was following it on the forums and Home Theater Gurus, but I felt like it went really quick. It was almost like Lego. It was like you had everything just ready to go.
2 months.
That is crazy, man.
We actually got to watch the Super Bowl in here. The subs weren't in here. I went to Best Buy and bought an REL 12 just to have a sub in here and put it in the corner. And then I also have 4 butt kicker advanced transducers in the seating with 2 Crown. I think it's the XLI 800s, so it's 1 on each butt kicker. So we were fine. And unfortunately, my wife was like, "This is really enjoyable. I like it like this. Can you not change it?" I was like, "Well, I had 2 24s custom built from GSG, and I'm pretty sure I can't call them and cancel it." So she's like, "How big are they?" I was like, "It's fine. Just, the holes we built in the wall, that's for the subs." And she's like, The whole hole is the sub. I was like, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. So
The
we're
whole
gonna stick them in the holes. We're gonna cover them with panels. You'll never
That's
see
the
them.
quote of the day.
Yeah.
The whole
Don't worry
hole
about
in the wall.
Yeah.
That
Put
is,
it in there. And yeah, once I put it, and honestly, we watched we watched The Greatest Showman, we watched Bohemian Rhapsody. She's crank it up. This is awesome. And we watched Hans Zimmer live in Prague. That's fine. The bass, no complaints on the bass. But when I'm down here watching Edge of Tomorrow and she's upstairs, she's like, I get the little text. She's like, can you turn the bass down a little bit? Because I think the patio doors are going to break. Like, it's fine. If it breaks, I own a construction company. We'll just put a new door in and it'll be a better one. It's fine. No big deal. Anything that breaks, we can fix it. But yeah, it's crazy that you can't, nothing rattles in this room. But if you go upstairs, dude, it's like everything's rattling. Windows are flapping, the floors are flexing. And I'm like, so I guess the builder.
well, that's good. Whenever you're in there, what you don't know won't harm you, right?
Nothing rattling.
You might be breaking everything, and then you don't even know what's going
Outside
on.
the room, everything's breaking, but in here, it's nice and quiet. I mean, I have this bar built behind the screen, and the Alexa will be slid towards the end of the bar. The placemats will move. The laptop will be slid back, but nothing's rattling. And I'm like, I guess I built something right. Probably built it better than the builder built the house. That's the problem. So
yeah. So let's talk about a little bit about the design. Let me go back to this. I see how you have do you have a fabric wall? What sort of design to the left and the right? And then we'll talk about the center.
So it's a 22-inch deep. Basically, the best way to explain will be a base trap wall. So there's 2 layers of R30 insulation, 2 layers of rock wool. And then the reason the center channel speaker is horizontal is because I already owned the whole triad bed layer. So basically, the speaker you see as the center is the horizontal center version of the left and right. So all the speakers match in the room, but it was like, I already own them. And I talked to Steven Smith. He was like, from your listing position, because I'm only 9.8 feet away from a 120-inch screen.
Okay.
I even asked him, I said, is it worth me buying another triad silver to match the other ones? He's like, in a blind test, he's like, you're really not going to hear the difference. If you had like multiple rows and it was wider, then off axis might sound different, but I'm fine with that. Like, sounds great. I get a lot of crap on why is that center so small and why is it horizontal instead of vertical? And I'm like, I owned it, and they're not.
It works good. It works good for your room, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the subs are so big. It's not that the center is small. It's
it's just what. Yeah, it's what we're comparing it to, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's probably it's probably about the size of an SVS Ultra center, which is not small. It's a heavy center. It's deep. It's big. But if you could sit a lot of things next to those subs, and I got the same thing upstairs. Like upstairs, I had the Power Sound Audio 212s. But since I built this room, I'm starting to downsize that room because mainly the kids, I have an 18-year-old son. He brings his girlfriend over there because they're not allowed down here by themselves. We won't discuss why. He's 18 and has a girlfriend. You're not locking yourself in the theater room because I was 18 one time. So, he brings her up there. They watch movies. They're never cranking those PSAs.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. I bought those speakers under influence. Like, it needs to be louder. It needs to be louder. Dude, those speakers can go so loud. They'll run you out of the room before they laugh when you run out of the room before you can even get them to the levels where I don't even think they can distort. Like, I literally have had people over playing music and they're like, you're going to kill us. Like, this is too loud. So anyway, I sold those to kind of offset some of the cost of over budget in this room. And I now have up there an Ultra Center, SVS Prime Pinnacles, like they have 3 mid-range.
Not the Ultra, not the Evolutions of
it's
the
the
newest
Prime
one,
Pinnacle,
right? Yeah.
The Ultra, the Ultra Center.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about downsizing the subs. So the subs are for sale. The PSA rear speakers are for sale. So basically, we're taking it back to like family room level to where you can just watch a movie and enjoy it. You don't need to crank it up.
Yeah. So what's the dimension of the room?
Down here,
Yeah, in the home theater.
it would be 22 long. The baffle wall, you might as well say, is 2 feet deep. So from the screen to the back wall, it's 20 feet. And then it's 16 foot 5 inches wide.
Nice.
Okay, that's a relatively big room you got.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah. And Stephen Smith designed it. Like, he did the room mode calculator, told me where to put the seating so I wouldn't have any nulls. And when even Brandon Hill calibrated, he's like,
Yep.
you know, it's everything. All the speakers are measuring flat. Everything's great. I mean, usually, like upstairs, he would do a calibration. It would take, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours
just to clean it up, right?
Yeah. This room took him literally about an hour and 20 minutes, and it's
wow,
and it's I mean, it's amazing. Like I used and Jesus, Denon 6800 AVR, Tone Winner 8300 11 channel amp, and then Brandon suggested he's like, buy the Odyssey Pro PC software, and then I'm using a mini DSP 2x4 HD, and I mean upstairs I have an Anthem AVM 70, but I didn't feel. It's a new room. I bought all new stuff. I didn't feel the need to bring the Anthem down here, and honestly, I don't think I'm missing anything. I mean, maybe like I forgot your name already. Top guy.
Paul.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sorry, my bad. Like he said, diminishing returns. Like if I brought the Anthem down here, ran ARC, would I hear a major difference? I own both. So I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
So, unplugging all the wires, doing all this, I was like, I'm just going to keep the Anthem up there. It works great. Everything works down here with my Ava Cinema remote. And I really, it's like switching, swapping back and forth. I'm over that. I've done it all.
Yeah.
I've learned,
especially when you get Brandon Hill to do the calibration, right? I don't think the Delta with the AVM 70 will be what the hassle, right?
I mean, he even told me, he's like, you could put it down there, and he was honest with me. He's like, the difference would be negligible. Would you hear a slight difference? Yes, but it's almost to the point where you'd almost have to do an A/B blind test to where.
Yeah, I was just about to ask how you're liking that Tone Winner, and guess what happened? Amir's saying he got to send you the A11 so you can get the Tone Winner back to you. Hello, Amir. Thanks for joining us tonight.
The A11's upstairs, which is great because it's got the screen. You can see it. As you can see back here, I have the door cracked open, but everything's hidden. So like the screen on the A11 would just be like wasted because you can't see it. The door's closed. But I think tonality and first of all, let me back up on that. A good amp shouldn't change the sound of your speakers. It should just amplify the sound. So the whole the amplifier made my speakers sound better. I'm not I can get crucified.
Yeah, as long as it's mostly about giving it clean power to drive, right? Driving them, and yes, I know I have the Summit Hi-Fi, the A7 amps, and those things are just amazing. So I wouldn't mind an A11, Amir. But those are really, really solid. Well built.
I might have an A11 for sale. So
those things are heavy. The A7 is so solidly well built, man.
My God.
That A11, you have to lift with your legs.
Yeah,
it's heavy. Yeah. Even that Tone Winner 8300, I was like, is this, when I rack mounted it, my wife is like, is that going to bend the rack? Because she had to hold it, and I had to hold it to bolt it in. Yeah. And she's like, this thing's freaking heavy.
Very well built. The A7 that I have, very well built and very quiet. And no problems with heating. Yeah. So
I can really good. Even with this 8300, I can stick my ear up to one of the speakers. I hear no noise at all. I mean, granted, I have In that rack closet, I have three dedicated 20 amp breakers run into that rack closet that are individually grounded. So I'm not going to get any ground loop problem.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the key, is to make sure they're not grounded to the rest of the panel, because that's when you get ground loop issues. So when I built this, I put in a dedicated sub panel, 100 amp sub panel, just for this room and doing because we're in the process of finishing the rest of the basement. This was just like, let's do this room first.
Yep.
So the next project's the concession area outside the room. Give me a couple months on that. We're gonna have like the digital video. I gotta, like, the screen you put outside the door, you hook it up to the kaleidoscope. It says now playing.
Poster wall. Yeah.
So
That's cool.
it's been a dream of mine. I can honestly say to anybody, for probably 15 years, like having a movie theater in my house. I've always had the family room with like a big TV and Atmos in the ceiling, but this for me is just like, I'm super grateful that I could do this, and I love it. I mean, and I'm surprised how much it's brought my family together. Like my 7-year-old, 8-year-old now, he'll come down here. He's like, Dad, can we watch a movie? Can we play a video game? In the family room, never. He would go to his room, go to the front living room, play his own thing at least 3 times a week. I'll be down here watching a movie. He'll knock on the door. I'll be into something. And he's like, oh, what do you want to watch? I'm like, hey, dude, whatever you want to watch. He's like, I want to watch Sonic 3, or I want to watch Shazam. Immediately, I'm like, I don't care what I'm watching. Watch whatever you want. And he'll sit there like this. I can feel it in my face. That's what he said the other day. He's like, this is awesome. That to me,
hey, that's mission accomplished right there, man.
That's priceless. I mean, that doesn't matter what you spent. That's priceless. That he can, and he loves the PS5. I'll sit down here with him. He'll play that Astrobot game.
Oh yeah, that is a beautiful. So if you have a home theater and you have a relatively good projector, Epson, JVC, Sony, if you have PS5, go play Astrobot on your big screen, man.
Yes, yeah.
Go play Astrobot.
Yeah, he's 8 and he's better than me. I'll play it and I'm like, I can't.
It is an amazing game, man.
Yeah.
It's designed for the big screen. I know most gamers like to play on their monitors. Astrobot is built for a projector screen. It is amazing.
And the best thing is, if you can build a room and you use it, you don't have to use it daily. I mean, me and my wife, we build stuff for people all day. This is like we call it our decompression chamber. Like at the end of the day, when the kids are in bed, we come down here and it's just quiet. It's dark. You can leave the world. And then I'm not going to lie. The sectional we bought, we've woke up down here sometimes at 4:30 in the morning and the projector's black and everything cut off. And we're like, what time is it? I'm like, oh my God, it's 4:30 in the morning. We got to get up at 6:30 to go to work. She's like, just go back to sleep. This basement, when it's finished, will probably turn into, because we're doing a bedroom, we're doing a 3-piece bathroom, we're doing a bar. So we'll probably end up, there she goes. She tried to sneak by. We'll probably end up living down here. So
yeah,
it's definitely, for us, 100% worth the investment. Even though we blew the budget, it's fine. Yeah.
So you built all of this yourself, right?
Only thing that I did not do, because it terrifies me, is I ran all the wiring, put in all the outlets. The only thing I did not do, I mounted the sub panel. Getting into the actual panel terrifies me, because I don't
do electricity too. I will build.
I have my electrician come run the wire to the panel and put the breakers in, but that's the only thing. Yeah, me and her built it from concrete to flooring, drywall to finishing, painted it, did all the electrical, installed all the equipment. Obviously, I didn't calibrate it. Brandon Hill did. Yeah. Steven Smith did the speaker layout. But yeah, we did all ourselves 99.9%.
And
Yep.
you did all that in 2 months, man. That is
Yeah.
impressive. Like I said, that was what, because I followed it and I was looking at it. I was like, there is no way this is the same home theater. How did this get completed in such in 2
Well,
months?
your bar is done.
No,
So
but
Yeah.
I mean, so it was quite the contrary.
yeah, I
And
mean,
that's
3 years to 2 months. Yeah, that's
Yeah, he has 3 years on you.
yeah. So I mean, that's the running joke on all the groups are like, this guy built a theater room faster than anyone in like human history, and I'm like, I mean, I'm not. That's just I I do it for a living. Like when I
yeah.
sign a job, I mean, I've done, I don't know, finished entire basements in a month, like
Yeah.
2,000 square foot basements. So it's like that. I want to make that clear to people. Like I've been doing this for 30 years. So it's like framing a room like this, we were done in a day and a half, the entire frame, like shoot the laser, cut the studs, lay it out, bam, you're done. So, and I get it. Somebody that's DIYing, that is building their own room, it's going to take them longer. It's fine. It's
They don't know
call
all
me.
those shortcuts.
Call me. I'll give you a bill. I'll come build it for you. It's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
'Cause I've been told, they're like, just build home theater rooms all the time. I was like, I wish, because I have a passion for this. So if I had a choice to never do a master bathroom or a kitchen again, and somebody was like, I can give you a job building home theaters all day long, like that, I 100% would do it. Love it.
Yep.
I would love to do it. Big,
Yeah.
small, humongous. It's a dream. Not going to come true because I'm so deep into, finishing basements. Doing
Money is in kitchens and bathrooms.
Oh yeah. Yes.
That's
And I mean,
sells-
it's
that's
the
what sells out.
experience from doing that translates to
That's-
your ability to build the theater as quickly as you can. But
Yeah.
we got a quick question from Big Jack. Says, how are the 24s holding up on the single 20 amp? Do you have them on a single 20 amp?
On
The 24s?
on their own dedicated 20 amp breaker. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a speaker power SP 8000 2-channel amp. So like that amp doesn't need more than a 20 amp breaker.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's the 12,000 that you can run on a 240. Mine, you don't need to, but it's holding up great. Like we've cranked them, and let's get this. Yeah, come on, guys. Yeah, come on down. I
Yeah.
got a smoker out back. I smoked some of the best steaks you'll ever have, and
Okay.
name your type of drink. If you don't drink, fine. I'll get you some LaCroix, whatever you want, whatever beer you like. You like some bourbon, whatever. I invite anybody here to watch a movie. That's doors always open. So hopefully it'll turn into something where people come like, I want to check out Brian's home theater. No problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a couple people come here from out of town upstairs. One dude comes from, I think, West Virginia. It's a guy named Chuck. He's been up here like 3 times, so he'll come up here to check this out. So I mean, doors always open. I mean, if you're gonna kill me, you're gonna kill me. It's fine. Yeah.
So having recently completed your theater build, I would ask you a question that we typically would ask our guests. What would be the top 5 things that you would consider, right? You can put them in order of priority, and it's not a golden rule, but we want to know, as someone who has completed an amazing theater build, what are the top 5 things that you would tell a newbie or tell someone who's watching to consider if they want to start building a home theater?
All right. Let me think about this one. Top 5. 5's hard. So, I mean, seating
we can start with 1 or 2 or 3.
Seating is number 1. So, I've tried upstairs. I had Valencia theater seating. It was fine for a little while. It's fine if it's personal taste. A really comfortable sectional for us wins, because if you're locked into that theater seat, if you want to lay sideways or you want to just get comfortable, you can't do it. So for me, big comfy couch
Comfort.
wins all day long. It might not be the look some people want because they want the movie theater look. That's fine and good. I no hate on you. That's good. For me, try both. Sectional is going to win every time for comfort.
Yeah.
For me, screen size. You know, I've had so many people like, you should have did a 150. You should have went huge. No hate on the people that do a giant, huge screen, but from talking to Chris Seymour, Steven Smith, my seating distance from a 120, like I didn't believe it. I was like, 120, really, dude? Like, should I go bigger? Like, just do the 120. If you don't like it, you can always. I mean, I sit in front of this. I have a 120 upstairs, and I'm 14 feet away. I didn't believe him. This 120 from 9 foot 8 inches away is. My kids don't even believe it. Like, how big's this screen? I'm like, I'm not going to lie to you. I could say it's like 140. I was like, it's the same size as upstairs. And they go, you're lying. There's no way. It's so much bigger. So screen size is a preference, but I say listen to experts in the industry and go with the correct viewing angle. So you're not moving your eyes back and forth, moving your head all around, because to me that it's like sitting in the front row of the movie theater. Like, I'm leaving. Can I have my money back? Like, you're doing this, moving your head all around. So I guess that'd be number 2. Choose the correct screen size. Speaker placement is huge. So if you don't know how to place the speakers yourself, and you're actually going to build a theater room, I say consult a professional. Listen to what they're saying. Whoever you choose, there's tons of them. I mean, you could do Anthony Gramani, Steven Smith, Matthew Pose. They're all great guys. Wayne Poposa. I probably pronounce his last name wrong, but anyway, killer guys in the industry. You don't have to choose those guys, but choose a professional that can tell you where to put the speakers. Because I'm a victim of it. Just, I know what I'm doing. I'll put the speakers wherever I want, and then someone tells you where they should go, and you're like, you're speechless, because you can take that same speaker, put it in the wrong place, and when it's in the right place, it's just you have to hear it for yourself, because it's unbelievable. So I guess that's 3. Speaker placement. 4 for me would be room comfort. Like, design your room not for other people, like a wow factor for other people. Design it for you.
Amen. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
For you, like your colors, your vibe, your decor. Acoustics and stuff is very important. But don't build a room because you saw somebody told you a theater room should look like this.
Amen.
Build it. You're using it every day. Nobody else is using it every day. You have to enjoy it. And your average person, your average friend, most of us don't have a ton of friends that are into home theater. And then, I have friends that come over here. They're like, this is awesome. Super great experience. But when you get into technical stuff, they just go, I have no idea what you're talking about. It sounds great. Do what you like. Choose the speakers you like. Don't, and I've been a victim of it. You should buy this. You should buy that. You could have, would have, should have. And then you listen and you end up wasting money. So if you can go demo home theaters, that you should, and then choose what your ears like, not what somebody tells you you should like, and build it for yourself. I'd say that's number 4. Number 5. That's a hard one. I'm trying to think. Number 5. I don't know. I think 4 pretty much.
Yeah. I think that 4 is the most, conquers every other one, right? Is don't build your home theater just so you can post it on the AVS forum or on Facebook. And it's really not something that fits your aesthetics, or it doesn't meet the wow factor, or, it's not even a place where your kids can sit comfortably and still feel like it's home. Right. So it's
got to be a room that invites you every day, not your friend.
Yeah. I mean, and for me,
down to.
I get home from work and, do my thing. The room is calling my name every day.
I know what Brian's fifth one is. It's make your wife think that it was her idea that came up with it, and then everything flows.
No.
Now you're spilling secrets. Now you're
Number
reading the
5,
guy's
the
group
wife
text
thought
in
about
public.
it. She's the one that came up with this idea.
Number 5, don't tell your wife what it costs.
Yes. Don't do that.
Don't tell her about the big holes.
How much is that subwoofer? They gave it to me. They gave it to me. It was like $500. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, that's you gotta keep that. Yeah. So that's
And Fred has number 6. No, please don't try to build it in 2 months, except you're an expert and you're Brian, or you're paying somebody hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that.
Well,
if you do that, you would end up rebuilding it.
Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia area, give me a call. I'll come build your room. That's fine. We'll get it done.
Yep. Yeah, but that will be. Yeah, I think those are some really amazing. Tips that you've given.
A lot of them cross over, right? Like in all, everybody has like a discussion on which should be one. So.
I mean, and, go on YouTube, look at reviews. I don't want to say too much, but I feel like a lot of people push brands and like this is better than this is better than that. It's buy what you like, and if you like how it sounds, then don't let anyone convince you that you should. Like, if I sit in this room and I'm like, sounds amazing, I'll get comments like you should buy this or upgrade to this. And like I said, I fell prey to that before, and I'm trying to speak to the people. Don't fall prey to that. If you buy something, you buy clip speakers, and everybody's like, and this is a thing, clip speakers are terrible. They sound terrible. They're the worst thing ever. If you sit in that room and you like those clip speakers and you're like, this sounds amazing, leave it be. Leave it alone. Don't go buying the next set of speakers that's more expensive. If you like how it sounds, leave it alone. And there's plenty of people that made fun of me. This guy buys a new set of speakers every 2 weeks and has Brandon Hill calibrate his system once a month. You're making this and that rich. And I'm like, well, we don't need to get into all that, but yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about the journey. The journey is the fun, right? It's it's just like somebody that's into, like, I'm in motorcycles, right? I have my one that I will probably always have, or something very similar to it. That's like my sport touring bike, right? I can drive, 4 hours and then carve up the twisty roads, and drag my knee. But I still enjoy riding, big ass Victory Hammer. I had a Victory Hammer, I had the Valkyrie, I've driven the M1, tons of different motorcycles. I've Habusas, all of them are fun and great, right? And in my lifetime, I've probably owned roughly 30 motorcycles.
Wow.
I mean,
what did you do? Wreck all of them? Like,
no, I just upgrade-itis or change-itis. At some point, you usually
is a big thing.
Yeah. You get the upgrade-itis. It's like, oh, I got to get the latest version, or you want to change models, and it's just same thing with any hobby. It's
and I'm into cars too. So
so all about
race cars, the show cars, and I have my 2 show cars sitting in the garage that they'll be there until they rot. We'll drive them until the motors blow up, and then when the motors blow up, we'll pull the motors out, put new motors in.
Yep, exactly.
They have so much invested into them, and we like them so much. I don't want to get rid of them. That's my happy medium.
Yeah, and if you're new to the hobby, right, especially the home theater, except you get the opportunity to visit a bunch of showrooms or theaters to experience a lot of this gear, speakers, subs, you might not really know what you would end up liking. right?
Yeah. Yep.
You might invest thousands of dollars in a particular type or style of speaker, and then go in there and just hate it after 6 months. When the whole fun wears out, and then you start to spend more time with it, it might just not be the type of speaker that you want. And so take your time, reach out. We have wonderful guys, like Brian said, the Steven Smiths of the world, the Brandon Hills of the world.
Yeah.
There's amazing guys, and they put out the contents, right? They give free tidbits on Facebook and YouTube, and so you can learn so much from them
a lot
before.
of information that he could be paid for. I mean, like when he designs a room for you, he charges a fee, which is not, in my opinion, not expensive. And he is a dealer for Triad and sells certain speakers, which I'm sure he makes and I know plenty of dealers, they're not making what people think. They're not making an astronomical fortune off of selling you a speaker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say the one room I'd like to go to, but I'm never going to go to because, once again, ignorance is bliss, is Ryan Carpenter's room.
We experienced that. Paul and I.
Yeah, we've been there.
Paul and I experienced that room, and it's amazing.
I can't
Again,
imagine.
man. Well, here's the thing. It depends on what type of personality you have. To me,
did Marty McFly jump out of the subwoofer in the back?
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I
Yeah.
can't believe he hasn't done that. Like, that would be the first thing I would do if I had that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I'm like, wow, okay, he has, and there's nothing against him, but
yeah,
it's like, okay, you have in your projector and your subwoofer driver alone,
I can't imagine,
over $200,000.
Yeah, not me, dude.
I don't look at it and go, oh, I wish. I'm like, man, my stuff is just as enjoyable. Like I am 99. I'm having 99% the experience at,
and your brain
1% of the
human brain forgets so quickly. And I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
You could go to a room that's, amazing. And for the 2-hour drive home, you're like, my room sucks,
Yeah. And I think that's something, Michael,
you get home and you watch a movie and you're like, this is freaking awesome. It's and that's I'm not saying everybody, but there's a lot of,
I love his, I mean, just the statement piece alone, like that's what I really, you can't beat that. That is like no one else has that. That is
the room and see
that is
it is amazing
with that. It's like, oh, you will remember that.
That one you will remember it. Like I'm like, I love this. I don't know if I can live with it like constantly, long term. every day go sit in front of that subwoofer.
I couldn't do that, man. I'd
amazing,
have one too many beers and fall into the damn thing. It's like, oh well, there went $100,000.
Is it like, in my mind, is it like bass that your ears are blown forward and your hairs, or is that just like a is that
it is clean. It is actually like clean.
Bass all around, kind of like enjoyable. It's not like rattling your brain out of your skull.
I didn't get any of that experience, but it's clean. You would definitely feel it. I think he needs to put a defib in his room, a defibrillator in his room. Because I was, at some point I had to move. I was like, you know what, man? I'm not putting my hat in front of this thing. So I had to move.
And then you got, which is another great guy. I've talked to him plenty of times on PM. He's gave me advice, stuff like that. Scott Newby. It's like,
yeah.
20 18-inch subwoofers with 65,000 watts. I just feel like I want, can he blow I think he did say he blew the door off the room one time when it was a hollow core door and knocked it off the hinges. And I'm just like, what? Like, I kind of want to experience it just to say I did. If you guys went there, I mean, I've talked to a few people that went there, and they're like, when he puts it on, I guess he has like death mode and like different presets, like full tilt. I think he calls
he does. He does.
Yeah. Guys have said like 5 minutes in, you're like, I can't breathe. Like, it's just.
I would fly. I would fly all the way to Scott's house and then spend most of the time outside because I'm not sitting.
Yeah, you go in there for one demo and
I go in there for one demo and I'm done for the day, and I go sit by the taco truck or whatever food truck he has. I'm not doing. Oh, I got to experience all of this. I
It's a
don't
good
know
time.
about that.
It's upstairs
They're
the
good.
same
They're
way.
really good hosts. I mean,
Yeah.
they really
Yeah,
are.
that's what everybody says. Like he 400 people.
Amazing hosts.
Yeah. I think I'd be more interested in that RTJ2 channel thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty good. Yeah, that sounds really good.
Rock concert in your living room, like just put some 5-finger death punch on, your hair's blowing back. Yeah, I mean, I props and respect to all those kind of guys. But my big thing is I think there's too much hate in this industry. Leave people alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, have fun, enjoy it. You know, sometimes people criticize things that they have not experienced, things that they probably can't afford, or things that just really actually doesn't make any sense,
And we
right?
can all
Because
be honest.
sometimes you
There's a whole
see
lot
certain things and you're just like,
Yes.
why? That don't make sense. But
and I know a lot of people have made comparisons like, oh, nobody tells anybody that spends $100,000 on a watch that oh, why did you do that? That was stupid.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, but nobody with $100,000 watch is saying, oh, my watch tells way better time
than your
it's like,
$50 Walmart
no,
watch.
they
That's
know
true.
why they bought that. That is a statement piece. That's it. No more.
Well, it's
Nothing
like,
else.
Dude
It
has
is
a
$100,000
watch.
Yeah. And that's the
I had
difference. Yeah, that's the difference between this.
$100,000 room. It was dumber to spend $100,000 on a theater room than on a watch.
The
But
resale value for a watch is a resale value for a watch.
Yeah, the resale value on the watch is it's going to go up. Theater ain't. You're losing. Yeah, but that's the difference is you either have the people that are, oh, I can't believe you spent money on that, or you have people that did spend the money. It's like, oh, I can't believe you accept that as good. That's not, you don't even know how bad it is, and it's like, and everybody's enjoying their theater.
That's it.
Have fun, enjoy it, and I always joke. I say, look, don't spend all that time and money, and all you do is play demos in your home theater, man. Like, spend time with your family, watch a movie, do
like
whatever
I said,
the hell
that's
you
the
want
difference.
to do.
Ain't nobody with $100,000 watch saying that the Apple Watch isn't better time, because they know. They're like, well, yeah, that tells way better time.
Apple Watch has a Rolex face now.
Right?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You got to be able to swap it out.
But
I think
with the Rolex face, and you still got yourself a $600 watch.
Yeah.
So Brian, let's go ahead and get you ready to give us a talk.
I'm ready for my third beer. That's the
third
beer. What is the flavor of today, Paul?
All right,
what's the flavor of the? Yeah,
I'm gonna give this to my wife, right? And I'm gonna let her log into this because she knows.
Okay, and then you tell her to use the back camera, and then we'll mute you on here. So, what's the flavor for today, Paul? What fruity? What vegetable beer are you drinking?
I'm doing the quirks, man. These are local seltzers, low carbs, lower carbs. Right, so this is the one I'm having now.
Strawberry. Why is there basil in freaking strawberry, man?
Man, what's wrong with that, man?
I'm just not. There's nothing wrong. I didn't say there's nothing wrong. I just asked.
Did that say it had basil in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, basil. That's like, am I cooking?
Man.
Strawberry, lemon, basil.
Am I cooking jollof rice?
I don't drink beer because I like the taste of piss. I like flavor, man. I get beer with flavor in it.
Cause Light is not gonna be happy you said that.
No. Is that
even though you didn't mention them, and I just got us in trouble.
He wants it on the back camera.
And this is my light beer. If I drink my strong beer, I can probably relieve stronger beer than what most people are drinking.
Exactly, Skylake. Like, whoever thought of that combination? I've never. If I had to choose combinations, there's no way I would combine strawberry and basil or whatever it's called. Okay, so I think we got you, Brian. I'm going to add you to the stage.
I'm going to have
once
to
you're ready.
Some olive flavored now.
So you want to swap to the back camera? Yeah,
back wide.
Ultra wide, back ultra wide. That was the one we tested.
the way I like it. The back, ultra wide.
Oh my goodness.
Wifey is behind the scene, Paul.
Well,
Okay, so yeah, I would. So I'll go ahead and mute your laptop,
what's
and
happening?
then I'll bring you on stage.
Hmm.
Let's see. Let's add you on stage.
Oh no. What's happening? Okay.
Do you want to mute your laptop?
Yeah. Hold on.
Or you can even hang up from. You know what?
Yeah, just let him. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. No, he removed it. So
Is
that's
it muted
good.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
We can hear you loud and clear. So I will put you on full screen.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a headphone in so I can hear you guys better.
Oh yeah, you could use your earpiece and down. Paul.
I might have to listen to you through my phone. Hold on.
With Paul,
I'm gonna have to look
olive
and see.
oil and seltzer or whatever.
Maybe there is some. Hey, there is salsa beer. That's good beer. Salsa beer is amazing.
Alexa, turn on bar lights.
We want the one with the olive oil. Go find it.
I know. I haven't had that yet. I'm gonna have to look that up and see.
How do I see what full screen on my phone? Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. It should already default that.
Because I see what we're seeing looks like full screen.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see. Well, I only see. I guess I only see the little picture on my phone. I can't go full screen.
Yeah, but we are seeing an almost full. We're seeing a full screen. We can see the entire view. So, what if you tap on the small picture? Does it make it large?
More. Let's see what we got. Settings.
So on the small picture screen, if you tap on it.
I got it now. I can see it.
Okay.
I can see it pretty much full screen. Okay.
Yeah, and you can turn on the lights too. That's fine. And then later you can turn it off. And so I will put you on full screen once you're ready. And please, Fred, no pickle. Well, Paul will drink pickle juice beer.
My wife is
They already have pickle beer, man. It's good too.
My wife is sitting on the sofa with her head. She said she can hide under the blanket. She's on the sofa with her headphones on, just drinking her White Claw.
Oh, okay. So I'll put you on full screen now, and then we can start. And
all right. So hold on. Let me. You're probably
it might just be a little challenging without a gimbal, so you try to hold it steady.
Yeah,
and it's okay to pause if your hands are getting tired, right? So we can pause and take a break and continue. So,
and I could have got out the gimbal, but this was like, no, you're fine. You don't have to get out of the way. I'm just turning the. All right, so I mean, I don't know where do we.
You might need to turn on the light, but yeah.
Alexa, lights on.
Okay.
So there you go.
There you go. So we can start from the screen, right? I know we already talked about it, but we can just go from the screen and just walk our way around.
Yeah, the lights are on, so obviously the screen
it looks amazing.
Oh yeah, it's fine. We're not concerned about the quality per se, but
it looks good. No, it looks great.
Yeah, that's the screen right there.
Yep. So what brand is the screen? What screen are you using?
That is a Seymour screen, 120/16:9 with the Neo acoustic transparent fabric.
Oh, nice.
Okay, nice.
Which is quite amazing because I had the prior to that I had the it was like the 2 steps down fabric. And then I upgraded to the better fabric, and they say marry your screen, date your projector, and they're not lying. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to change your screens. You probably never have to, except if you just want to go up in screen size. But yes, I think projector screens should be cry once. Get a really good one.
I cried a little bit. That's fine. I cried a tiny bit. It's all right. Yeah. So basically the front wall is all I might be pronouncing it wrong, but Acustamac DMD fabric. So we made the panels It hides all the speakers and the subs, so you can't see anything but black. I think it's the AMD black fabric, whatever. So it's pretty clean. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 panels that
Yep.
are basically Velcroed on. We can pull them all, pop off the screen, and get to whatever we want to get to.
Okay, so you have to pop up the screen to be able to gain access to.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
basically go here. 2 people lift the screen off the brackets and then sit it on the floor. The center channel's behind there, and then these panels just pop off the wall.
Okay.
And then the center channel's here. The subs are behind there, so it's super easy access to get to anything if we have a problem. And then I have
So your left and right channels are just outside the screen.
Yeah, outside the screen or inside.
right outside the screen, like right
Gotcha,
here.
cool.
And then the center
Nice.
channel speakers behind the screen. Yeah, because that was the design by Steven Smith to get them, basically towed in and as wide as they needed to be to get the. I'm not into the technical lingo, but like the
Yeah.
immersion of everything,
Yeah.
panning and all
It
that.
covers the room. Yeah, it covers the room a lot more. So yeah, that looks really good. So now I like the color of the room, right? What was the reasoning behind the color decision for the room? Because most
That
people would
was-
want an all black, all dark, type
Yeah.
stuff. But what was the decision? Did you pick those colors because they look really good?
Yeah, me and my wife picked them. I mean, she was basically the color coordinator, but I agreed with her. Like, I like the gray around the panels, and then what's that called? Gray fox?
Black fox.
Black fox is the color of like the columns, the trim. And I don't-
Dovetail.
Dovetail is the color in between the boxes, and then, when the lights are out, you don't really see that because.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I'm going too fast. But the whole screen wall's black. So
Yeah.
in your peripheral vision, you don't see anything but the screen, and it looks like it's floating when it's on. So we just didn't. We both decided we didn't want a black hole. We wanted it to be
Rich.
inviting and like. I don't know if classy is the right word. Like you walk in, you kind of feel like you're in a premium private theater, sort of. I guess.
Oh yeah.
But it's.
Yeah.
It's inviting and comfortable. Like you don't feel like it's commercial. You kind of feel like it's cozy, like movie theater. I'm that's the best way I can explain it. So,
And I think you hit that. I think you met that goal right there because that just looks really amazing. So now your speakers are behind those panels and the columns.
yeah. So let me whip around. So this one right here, which this is kind of weird. So I guess that's
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
that's the closest one to the screen. That's pre-wired right now for a front wide. I haven't, which is fine. And then the middle one is my side surrounds.
Mm.
They all serve as acoustic treatment. So basically, this is acoustic transparent fabric, and then behind it, it's 6 inches deep and it's packed with rock wool. So that is an acoustic panel. And then these, the other ones are diffusion by the design. So it was diffusion, absorption, diffusion, which Steve Smith's the expert on that. And I'll tell you right now, he hit it on the mark. So back here, this acoustic panel, I don't know if you can really see it,
Yeah,
has a cutout in it. And my rear surround speakers are behind these acoustic panels. So I basically custom made the acoustic panel and framed it out so that the in-wall speaker was hidden in the acoustic panel so you can't see it. So no speaker in the room is visible. And that's what
I love that.
That's what we were going for. You can't see any speakers. And then,
Yeah,
we did the Vicoustic, I think that's the name of it, the diffusion on the ceiling, which I'm telling you made an amazing difference. As soon as we put them in, we could hear a difference. And then we have absorption, over the screen, which also helps with when the lights are out.
Yeah.
It's black, so it basically there's no light reflection on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
All his design, we kind of, but yeah, it worked out well. And then, we didn't want a second row of seating, so we did the bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would be my spot right there.
Yeah, and then
Right.
I get a lot of questions like, why did you do the risers? So, we did the risers right there. For one, to separate the two areas, like, you walk up, you step up, kind of like a
Yeah.
movie theater vibe,
Yep.
and then back here you have I'm trying not to go too fast. You got the riser lights, and it was also for running power to the bar
Oh
because
yeah.
we're on concrete. So without the risers, we would have had to bust up concrete and run conduit to the concrete, which made no sense.
Yep. Yeah.
And
No.
and like
It's good.
this was my wife's idea, not mine. My idea was just to leave it one big open room, have the bar in it, and she was like, "How about we put some 6-inch risers in, so we can have riser lights, and it breaks the room up." And I'll give it to her. It was a killer idea because it worked out perfect.
Yeah, it
And
looks
then
amazing.
she's got her foliage in the corners, which gives it that vibe to like get your little plants going on. I like it. That was her
Yeah.
idea. So and
Makes it
then
more inviting for sure, and
yeah,
less stale or less cold. Every little bit helps. In this room, it really is put together well with the color, the design, and even the lighting is still like modern, but yet it's minimal enough to where it's not,
not crazy.
yeah, you
Yeah,
don't feel
like
like
Yeah.
you're in a techno.
and up here I just took a piece of 1x2, screwed
Yeah,
it because these bulkheads are covered in 1/2 inch OSB. So I took the 1x2, screwed it to the bulkhead, ran Govee LED lights facing up, then put the
Oh, so
crown
that
there.
it points upwards,
Yeah,
right?
so that it points upwards. You get that
Yeah,
nice
that
clean,
is.
you get that nice clean line.
I really want to do this in my room, man, but man, I have slopes. I have like slants on one side of the room, so it's a little bit. I think it's gonna go past my DIY skill level. I'm gonna
I
need
got
some
you.
help to be able to do that kind of stuff, but it
I'll
does
fly out
make
to
the room
Texas
look
one
good.
day.
Hey, we might get you out here, man. I also grill really good, so might throw some barbecue on for
Well, I
you.
know that Texas barbecue ain't nothing to mess with. Like you guys do
Yeah.
them briskets. I can't do that up here. I'm a steak guy. So
So
I'm
what
looking
is that
at
slab that you have on that table? That looks really
that
good.
is a chevron pattern.
Chevron
It's
pattern.
it's a chevron pattern maple top, and then the stain is just a clear coat. So that's how once we put oh man, I'm losing my words. Once we put clear polyurethane on it, that's the color it came out naturally. So we did not stain it. That is the
nice.
natural color with polyurethane.
Oh,
And my wife picked that too. I was just gonna do a straight like regular wood top, and she's like, I want the chevron pattern. I was like, all right, let's do it. And she killed it because it's that everybody that sees it like, wow, that's like a great focal point of the room. And I'm like,
yep.
well,
It does.
compliment her for that.
Yeah, it gives the room a really good contrast in a sense, in the way that it kind of breaks the color scheme, but it
Yeah.
looks really good.
Yep.
And then the bar stools, she picked those out, which I think she did a killer job on that. She's not big into the LED lighting. She's like, do what you want with the lights, but just don't go like crazy disco club with it. Like just add a little
Yeah.
bit. And we just did the bar lights and then the tray lights, and then I got my little fancy lights in the rack room just because they turned off, but because I have them on a timer, so we put the
Yeah.
rack room right there. And the ceiling's open, and then the panel closets next to it, so it's ventilated fine. And plus, I have two of those air com fans in there, and it
Yeah.
doesn't get hot at all. I got
Well,
my
we're in the rack room. Might as well
Yeah,
start from the top and
let's go through the
work
rack.
your
Let's
way
see what you
down.
got.
so we got the Denon 6800, AC Infinity fan, the Tone Winner 8300 with a fan on that, the two Crown XLI 800s to run the butt kickers, Cyber Power surge protectors. I needed two because I have so many freaking plugs. Speaker Power 8000 amp to run the 24s. Kaleidoscape Strato V with a 8 Teraprime server, 8 terabytes. PS5, Xbox X, and soon on order. I'm just because I have a lot of discs left, and I do like to watch discs sometimes. I ordered a 8 Panasonic 820
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then on the way, it's just got to get sent to, from my understanding. So I ordered it. They send it to Chris Deering for him to like program it. So I got a Lumigen Radiance Pro
Oh,
for the. So Chris Deering's doing. Apparently, he does like all the setup based on your equipment, and then he sends notes for you to, put into your projector, and then hopefully in 2 months he's going to be doing like. Don't quote me on it, but 2 months or so, he's going to be doing like a tour in this area. And then I'm going to have him come here and calibrate the projector personally. So that'll be
nice.
great. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's not a big room. It's basically just for us. We can easily fit on the sectional. We can fit 5 people, and then 3 people can sit at the bar. And right now, you got unfinished basement. I got some.
Oh.
I just have some carpet down just so I can not track stuff into the room. My tools are over there, so all this will eventually, like right there, will be a bar. Comes all the way around.
Yeah.
Have seating, a TV there. She drew all the plans up, but like that,
I
there's
was
the
I was just gonna say you have
panel closet.
you have enough space for a game room
Yeah.
in there.
So that's where we put the panel for the room, and then of course got my DVDs there. There's way more than that, but my favorite ones are there. So, but yeah, that's basically come in very unfinished.
Yep.
Some, carpets we had left over just so we don't track like dirt into the room. You got your little Top Gun, Top Gun poster there. Just threw it
Yep.
up there for now. And then
Heck
you
yeah.
come in, you open the door, and you come into that.
Wow.
So what's your favorite movie to watch in the theater?
Man, I just watched both Avatars. The Way of Water and the first one. I can honestly say The Way of Water was probably the best experience I've had in a long time. Like I was locked in, and I like that one too because it's 185 ratio, so it almost fills the whole screen.
Yeah.
And I was locked in. I had it on -8, and it was it was pretty intense. Bass was vibrating, sounded fantastic, but I can't stress how much I'm in awe. Some people might look at it and go, well, it's just a little basic home theater room, but to me, it's a dream room, and I'm kind of shocked that I own it. I'm just,
Yeah. I'm really liking this vibe of having a couch versus dedicated theater seats, and
Yeah.
the more I see it, because I think it's
we got
becoming
the
really
ottoman.
common.
Yeah, we got the ottoman. I put a black blanket over it. It's white, and it's
Yeah.
distracting.
Yeah.
Over there a couple of days, but yeah, it's a giant section. She bought the little arm trays. My Ava charges right there, and you put your drink there, whatever. So she's credit for her. She picked the sofa out. She bought it. So yeah, that she has a big she had a big influence in this room.
She has a good
I was
design
like,
on it for sure. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, and like the plants, I dig them. I was like, plants are great. Good idea. The little, whatever's
Yep.
on
It gives
here.
the room a
Just
different,
gives it
different
like
feel.
comfortable vibe.
Yep. Exactly.
So we basically just did like an inviting come in, sit down, feel at home, watch a movie. You just got her
Yeah.
blanket, her baskets with the blankets, all spaced out the way they should be. So I'm the frame the room. You paint it, I'll trim it out, and then even her, she picked the carpet, which I was just gonna put regular carpet in here, but she wanted the like diamond pattern, which I think was a good choice.
Yeah. So the lights you have on the wall, do you recall what brand that is? The sconces.
She found those on Amazon. Honestly, they were, I believe, a 2-pack was $40.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if that's what I suspected, but if that's because I actually was looking at that, but I just never really seen much of a review on them, but it looked
They
like
work
they look
great.
really good. They
And
had
then
wired, right?
What's that?
They had wired, right? So you have to
Oh yeah,
run.
yeah. Everything's on Lutron cassetta dimmers. which is
Yep.
connected to Alexa. So basically, like right now, I just say, Alexa, the movie started.
Okay.
And then there you go.
Nice.
And then I could just say, like, Alexa, turn off bar lights.
Okay.
And then they go out. So it's all voice controlled. I can tell her to turn out the tray lights and
Yeah.
then it's like, Alexa, the movie ended.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then it all
nice.
goes to dim. So yeah. That's the
Yeah.
great thing about the Lutron cassetta. You get a little Wi-Fi hub, you plug it into your router, and then it's all compatible with Alexa
With
voice control.
oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Alexa, lights on.
Okay.
And then we're full
Yeah,
lights.
I'm gonna get the Lutron too. Yeah.
And they're inexpensive, honestly.
Yeah, they're
Like, you
not.
can
Yeah, they're
get
not that expensive.
the
I already have a
starter
Lutron,
kit. I
but
think the
yeah.
starter kit with the hub is $200.
Yeah, I was gonna say right around
Yeah.
$200. Yep.
And then each
Oh, okay.
switch, like these type
It's
switches
like
here.
50 bucks or
Yeah, if you
30.
get them on Amazon, like $60. You go to Home Depot, they rip you off and they charge you $100. And then
Oh,
we
see,
got
I
this-
was looking at it. I guess it depends on what you get with the dimmer and stuff in there. I guess they're probably 60 or $100, but
Yeah. So,
yeah.
and then I'll give props to Pro Signs. They make awesome signs. So we got the
That's
Seymour, Denon, Atmos, GSG. Don't forget GSG. Always remember
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Triad, Kaleidoscape, and then I got a Lumagen and an Epson one coming, and I'm good. I mean, I'm good. And then in here's just our little sump pump closet, which we hit our snack station from the kids over here.
Yeah, hopefully they don't watch this video.
I know, right? Go to bed,
So,
kids.
you had to put the sump pump somewhere, so we just
Yeah, oh yeah.
duplicated the closet on each side. So it just, what else you gonna do with it? But yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty much it. You got the recess in the bulkhead. Everything's dimmable.
Yeah,
I
this
like
is
it.
amazing. And to think less than 2 months. That is
And I'm not gonna lie, inspired by Terrence Miller. Like his theater
Yep.
room is killer, and I kind of like, I want that kind of movie theater vibe, but I want to. And I talked to him when I was building it, and he's like, "I like what you're doing. Like it's the cozy vibe." He did which is I got to get it out to his house one day. He did a little like commercial Dolby Atmos theater. You walk into a freaking hallway, turn the corner.
Yeah, we
his
had
room-
him on the show 2
Yeah.
episodes ago.
His room's
Um,
badass.
Yeah, he was on the show 2
Mhm.
episodes ago, right, Paul? 2 episodes, yeah.
Mhm.
And we're
Yeah.
both using Triad. And when I was talking to him about the Triads, and
Yeah.
he's like, I have bronze in some spots. He's like, people giving you shit about silver. He's like, they're just haters.
Yeah,
And,
he has
and
an
then
amazing
yeah.
Terrence has an amazing home theater, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, he put in a lot of DIY work too, just like
Yeah.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
He
Yeah.
was, and that Dolby Cinema sign just did it, man.
I know. I want to get a custom like
that
yeah.
just did it. That's better than any projector upgrade, man. Like you can walk in there and he has some projector from 40 years ago, and that sign just did it for the theater, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, I mean, he'll agree too. You can't really see them, but these Triad rotating Silversat 9, probably
Yeah.
the best Atmos speakers you can buy, because you can completely rotate them. The tweeters have a laser that you can point right at the main listing position.
Yeah.
Stephen Smith talked me into those for the upstairs, and I will never buy another Atmos speaker ever. And Terrence will agree, and so will KC.
Yeah.
He has the same. Yeah, KC has them too in his ceiling. So a
Yeah.
lot of us are running Triads, and it's
Yeah,
a great speaker.
Steve loves his Triad, man. He's always talking about them. So
Yeah.
and they're well tested. They do well. I've had the opportunity to listen to them, and they work really well. So, what remote do you use? We have a question. What remote do you use to control
For
your amazing
everything
gears?
now, it is the Ava Cinema
Okay.
remote. Love it. It's great. I mean, I always keep my factory remotes, as you can see in the tray, on hand in case
Yeah.
I have a glitch or something. But honestly, I don't really have any glitches with this thing. It
Is the
can,
Ava IP based?
yeah. So I'll try to go down here. So I have an IR right
It just
under the
comes
screen
right
just
there.
for
Yeah.
backup. So I forget what brand it is from. It's from Amazon, but it's a plug-in, so it's wireless. So you plug one in behind the screen. I don't know if you can see it in the rack, but it might be hidden. My wife tucked it away. But then there's a little like box, and then you get these the IR.
Oh yeah, they just
Yeah,
stick
there you
on the
go.
device.
Yeah.
But it's wireless. You don't have to run a wire from the rack to the screen.
Yeah.
It's Wi-Fi and it's flawless. I haven't had any problems with it. So
It's dealer installation, right? It requires dealer install, right? Or did you set it up yourself?
I can't comment on that.
Okay.
But yes. Yes. Typically, well, yes. Let's just
Okay, let's just say yes.
It is dealer installed.
Okay,
Let's
good.
just say
That answers our question.
yes. So it's like Control 4. You have to have a dealer install it, just like I did. I
Yeah.
had a dealer install it. Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah. Dealer installed. But I mean, you can always check with guys. You can always PM me. I
Yeah.
can let you know. I can give you more information. But yes, it is a dealer installed product. So,
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great. It works great. I mean, I turn my Xbox on with it. Right now I'm using my Xbox X as a DVD player until my 820 comes in. But yeah, I mean, I have had no, and like you said, you can IP control devices that have IP control, like the
Yeah.
Kaleidoscape, the Denon. The only thing I can't get it to work with right now is the PS5, but I'm gonna call my dealer and ask him if there's some kind of workaround to make
There's
the
always
PS5
there's always workarounds. So
and
stuff
they're
like
always
that.
updating too, like adding new stuff. But yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what I got. That's my that's what some people call a tiny theater room, which is
Nah, this is amazing, man. This is this is well designed, and it matches those things we talked about, right? In terms of ultimately building a room that matches your aesthetics, a room that draws you into it, right? That is just open and free and friendly, and you can go in there and relax and not even necessarily watch a movie.
yeah. We watch
Right.
TV shows, play games. It's just like it's an all-purpose room, but you can turn all the lights off and still feel like you're in a movie theater. Basically, that's what we were shooting for. We didn't want like. I mean, I explained it to you guys. I mean, I get the theater seating thing, but we wanted the comfortability of what we did. I think we did a good job.
Yep.
Yeah. We like it, so that's how we do it.
Okay. Yeah, this has been amazing, man. So we'll get you back, we'll get you back to your computer, and
All right, how do I do that?
please tell the wife thank you for allowing us to disturb her quiet time.
Right there with her Beats Studio headphones on. She can't hear you.
Yeah, but yes,
Chilling.
please give our regards
she
to
can't
her.
hear you.
We appreciate it. So we can get you back on your computer, and we can hang up, and
So what do I do
we
now?
can see if we have any questions in the show. If you go, I can kick you out.
Yeah, we'll
from your
just boot you
phone.
on this and go back to your PC.
Go back to your PC, and I'll kick you off from the phone. That's fine.
How do you kick me off the phone? Turn the phone off.
I can do it on my end, but that's fine.
So, going back to the webcam.
So there you go. Ew, that light.
Now I got to turn the volume on the laptop because I have you muted.
No, we can hear you.
No, he can't hear us.
There you go.
Oh, okay. You are loud and clear.
All right, cool. Kill this light.
Don is out there catching strays.
We need to star that comment.
Don is catching strays, man.
Don, he should be watching. Don needs to be watching. Hey, 2 months. That's the goal.
Hey, Giles, thanks for joining us tonight, man. Oh, look.
He's a good guy, too. I've talked to him plenty of times. I like Giles.
Yep, and guess who showed up? Terrence. We were just giving you a shout out.
There you go.
We were just giving you a shout out, man. So, but yes, it's been amazing. You do have a really wonderful home theater, and just going by the comments in Facebook, it's something that everyone aspires to. You know,
Thank you. I
it's
appreciate it.
you guys
I
are making me
I tried
really
hard.
want. Yeah, it's hard work, you know. But the most important thing is you
Yeah,
enjoy it.
you're going couch, bro. You're going couch.
I'm going couch, sofa and
I mean,
sofa
there's
couch,
no
and I think I'm going to repaint the second half of the room, right? Because I have it entirely dark. I'm starting to rethink that completely dark.
just do the first foot around the screen so it doesn't.
I already have the what's it called? The curtains, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they already solved that problem. So there's
Yeah.
no need for the rest of the room to be black out.
And
You
we
know, when the
went
velvet
sectional.
curtains solve that
It's
reflection.
gotta be inviting to yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
We did the same thing upstairs. We had the Valencia theater seats up there. We sold them, did a sectional. Maybe next time I get on, we can go up there and look at that.
Yeah,
Valencia,
next time, yeah.
Valencia needs to just,
Give us a sectional, right?
Yeah, start making sectionals like buy one piece at a time sectionals where it can grow, where you buy a left and a right, and then boom, boom, or you and modular arms, right?
Yeah, we'll go to Lovesack. We looked at Lovesack and we walked out. We were like, "You guys are crazy," because Lovesack does recliners now. So we looked at a Lovesack sectional, the size of what we have now. It had like 3 recliners in it. I think 2 recliners in the middle and a chase on each side. It was like $9,700. And I was like, yeah, Lovesack, you're crazy. I love the Lovesack movie sack we have upstairs, which now somehow rolled down into the basement for my 8-year-old son to run across the room and dive headfirst into and get his frustrations out. But I ain't paying them $10,000 for a Lovesack sofa. No.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's all I can't justify that, but it's those type, it's like higher end wood and furniture and fasteners supposedly, but I'm like, man, I buy like a $2,000 friggin' sectional and it lasts me like
what are
20
you doing
years.
in the theater room anyway? If it's a theater room,
that's what I'm saying.
Watching a movie. If it's in like a family room and you got some young kids, spend a little extra money for durability.
Yeah.
But I'll tell anybody, we bought this one and the one upstairs from Bob's Furniture.
Yeah.
It's made great. I mean, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. And yeah. I mean, I don't have kids running around doing backflips. I mean, I have in the house currently because our kids are out. My daughter just went to the Air Force. We have an 18-year-old, well, not 18 yet, almost 18, and an 8-year-old in the house. So that's peaceful here now. No more tiny kids. Thank God.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me. I have really young kids.
Now Brian's running into the Lovesack.
I know, right? It's like, back to the Lovesack. But I have young kids, so trying to invest in expensive home theater seats is just trying to clean out the popcorn and the popcorn oil from those things, man. I'm like, I need to buy some cheap sofas, man. Then you guys can break it. I can put them in front for the trash to pick it up or something. But it's been amazing. Quickly, before I forget, last week we had Kaleidoscape on the show, and there was the particular question about the Stratos V 1 terabyte memory usage, and not whenever you connect it to an external drive
to a Terra server.
To the Terra server, you lose that 1 terabyte.
Which I think is a terrible, I mean, not hating on Kaleidoscape.
A lot of people, but I did get a response from Kaleidoscape Engineering, so I'm just gonna read it so that I don't say the wrong thing, right? So Kaleidoscape's response to the 1 terabyte, losing the 1 terabyte, is the standalone players are not optimized to operate as a player and server. So the internal storage is disabled when grouped with a Terra server. So that is Kaleidoscape Engineering response to that question. So it's more of a design. They're not optimized. It's more of an optimization between the player and the servers.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's the reason why the internal storage is disabled and you lose that 1 terabyte. So
I mean, if anybody's
there
going
you
to
go.
buy and I didn't know when I bought it, but I didn't really, I mean, I guess I knew, but I didn't research into it. If you're going to buy a 8 tera or whatever, a Tera Prime server, 8 terabytes, just buy the Strato C. I mean, if you have a projector, as we all know, no projector does Dolby Vision anyway, except for I think like what is it, 1 UST, maybe 2, that claim Dolby Vision, but it's not true because
They have the chip set.
Yeah, so the Strato V, I think, would be for someone with a like a nice television, LLED or something, where they actually get real Dolby Vision and the nits are high enough to actually produce it, and they don't care about. I mean, I like the movie wall on my projector, but I don't care about all floating movies back. I mean, because I have like 400 movies on my Kaleidoscope, and I can only on my download it to my system. I think maximum I've gotten on there with HD and 4K. I want to say like 128. I have no problem. Like, oh well, I'm tired of the Bad Boys collection. I want to delete that, which you don't delete it, you still own it, and download Transformers. Watch that, and then when we're all going, I'll just delete those and then download whatever I'm feeling. Christmas time, I want to watch all the Harry Potter movies. Don't make fun of me, but once a year, me and my wife are like, oh, we're gonna watch all the Twilight movies. I have them. They're on 4K.
Well,
And
you gotta watch Die Hard for Christmas all the time.
Die Hard. Yeah. I hate to say it, my new Christmas movie is the red one. I thought that was good.
I watch Home Alone
that.
and Problem Child. That's what I like to watch.
Yeah. Home Alone, that's a classic. You got to have Home Alone. But I personally have no desire to ever buy more storage. Like 120, 130 movies at one time. That's all I need.
Yeah,
and then,
that's a lot.
And people are like, it's digital, you'll lose it. If the internet goes out and we have a cyber attack, nobody gives a shit. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your Hulu and Netflix.
We're under a cyber attack. I can't watch my movies because I bought them digital. Oh, that's the last thing I'm worried about. We probably don't have power, so you can't watch anything. So
By the time that happens, I'll be more worried about my life alert.
I know,
clap
right?
On, clap off.
Hopefully I don't need one, but
we're in a digital age. The Kaleidoscope is, I think the biggest selling point is convenience. Do I still like to watch? I mean, I own a lot of discs that I'm not just, oh my God, I have to own it on Kaleidoscope and disc. I'm not that guy. Like, I have discs and I still watch them. So, but having both, I think they're equivalent, like picture quality and sound. I don't know that I can hear a giant difference. Maybe on a few movies you can hear a tiny difference, but I think Kaleidoscope's big selling point is the convenience. I mean, somebody that gets on there.
Can't argue with that. Yeah, you can't argue.
Yeah, somebody that says, I own a Kaleidoscope. It blows away everything on the planet. It blows away your UB9000 player with a 4K disc. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys, it's pretty much not true. It would be minuscule, but the convenience, like you just bring somebody down your theater, you have the video wall, you're like, what do you want to watch? You scroll through it, you click on it.
That's the only reason I went digital was because I was like, damn, I've got so many movies now.
Yeah.
I ended up with 3 copies of a particular movie because
you don't even remember you have it.
I was like, where the hell is it? I swear I had this movie. I was like, maybe I loaned it out. And then
I found 3D Blu-rays. I even found a couple remember HD DVD? The brown case.
Xbox,
I found some of those. I'm like, wow. But I'm going to keep them all just because. But for me, Kaleidoscope, like when somebody comes over and they don't want to watch a movie. They're like, the scenes is
they just want to try the different scenes and all of that.
That are like Ready Player One. You go to
the race
first
scene.
challenge, bam, and like you pick Fury. You go to the tank battle. That is a super useful. Not cheap.
But it's very useful. But Summit Hi-Fi is offering to put your information on their website for home theater construction if you're okay with it. So you need to get in touch with Amir
Yeah.
And
He actually
you
was
know,
calling me. I think I looked over. No, my bad, Amir. I couldn't answer the phone because I was on this
yeah,
podcast. What do you guys call it, a podcast? I
the
feel
home
like I'm
theater hub.
there you
It's
go,
a hub,
podcast
the
home
home
theater.
theater hubs.
I
Yeah,
feel
so
old. I'm getting ready to turn 50. I feel like old man now.
you're good.
Learn how to use a computer and a freaking webcam. My wife was laughing at me because she's 10 years. But yeah, I think he was calling me. But yeah, he can post whatever he wants on his website. He
Yeah,
can join-
that's good. Yeah, I think that would be great. So he can post it, and you never know, you might start.
All right, last
You know.
flavor. This one's going long.
Lavender.
Lavender.
Yeah,
Oh.
man.
Mm.
There's all kinds of tastes and
Does it
flavors
really
out
taste
there,
like
man.
lavender? Because I
Air
don't want
freshener
your beer
beer.
tasting like lavender, bro.
Hey, James Bond drinks gin, which is
Shake it, not stir.
Gin is. I cannot. I feel like gin is a liquid Christmas tree.
Yeah, when
That's
you
just
do what
smell.
James Bond does, you need
Yeah, gotta drink some gin.
his body hurts, man. You gotta drink some
Yeah,
gin.
yeah. James
You
Bond.
need gin and ibuprofen, man. Something. Don't mix those two ever. But you need gin to be able to do whatever the hell James Bond likes to do.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, you can add a little juice to it. You can have a little gin and juice. There's nobody's hating on you for
But
that.
is the beer, does it look like lavender color? Is
No.
it purple? The beer?
No, this is these are all seltzers, so they're just all clear.
Okay.
Yeah, the seltzers, they make like weird names for flavors, like gin.
Well, they're
berry,
flavored.
blackberry
They're
flower.
flavored. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
They have different flavors. So it's you have, and everybody's. It's kind of like what is it that people eat? That some people it tastes like soap, and other people think it tastes amazing. The spice. All right, it's in like salsa and
cilantro.
cilantro. Yes,
Yeah,
there you go.
like-
I couldn't remember the name of it.
It smells and tastes like freaking stink bugs.
Yeah, see, you're one of those type that. So your palate is completely different than other people.
But if it's in something, it's fine. I'm cool with it. But to eat it by itself,
yeah,
dude, it tastes like stink bugs. But they can mix it into
I can
sauce
eat
and
it
stuff.
regular. It
No.
tastes like
Mm-mm.
and like I wouldn't, because it's like it's not, it's almost like a crispness, like you're chewing into a lime or a lemon or something.
Look, we have the legend in the house.
Yeah,
There he is.
Brandon Hill, there, the man.
He dropped in.
But yeah, that's all. It's just got different flavors because you have your regular, you have your alcohol that's like whiskey, oak, or basically tree flavored, if you
And
would.
whiskey is there's a lot of different flavors in that.
Yeah, woodsy flavored. Then you have your floral, like your gin and stuff like that, which is generally flowers.
Yep.
And then it depends on the the mix and your palate. Because I'll drink some gins that I'm like, oh man, it tastes like soap, or not even.
I have dehydration, and the only thing to drink was gin, I would die.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at with gin.
That's funny. Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing.
You would actually die first, because every time you drink gin, you feel like drinking a gallon of water.
Like, we love sushi, and we'll eat sushi with people, and they'll eat that ginger. You got to do that to clean your palate. I was like, I'll clean my palate with Comet before I put that ginger in my mouth. That is nasty.
Yeah, that is just strong flavor. Yeah, that's very strong flavor. Yeah.
That's not good.
There are ginger beers too. Yeah, a lot of those. And
this is quite the beer channel. We talk about beers. We talk about sushi.
We keep it rolling, man. I mean, I feel like we're gonna end an hour early because Don isn't on tonight.
I know, Don. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's fun. It's fun to make fun of his progress. That usually takes an hour.
Disney World, I'd be in Disney World right now too.
Yeah, I don't blame him, man. He's having fun, and
I'd be at Universal Studios. I'm not really too interested in the Magic Kingdom, but there's a lot of stuff around it that it would be cool to go to.
I'm sure he's taking notes for his comeback next week. So
yeah, he's probably got an earbud in, listening, and
taking notes of how to clap back next week and some of the jokes. I didn't make any joke down. It was all the guys in the chat.
We're just reading the comments. Yeah, I mean, we're not. Yeah, we didn't make any. We're just reading the comments.
Yeah, I've been on here once. I don't even know the inside joke. I have no idea.
So Bobby, he has a 120-inch. I think it's a Seymour screen. And what was the material again?
That was the Neo fabric.
The Neo fabric.
That's from my understanding. That's their best acoustic transparent fabric.
Oh, okay. I have the Center Stage XD, which is actually really good.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, the closer you are, the finer the weave they say to get. I don't know how close are you to your screen?
I sit about 11 feet now.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of taking out my back row and
put in a bar. Get that
put
bar
a bar right there, man. Yeah.
I mean, I sit here, do whatever I need to do on my laptop. Sometimes I'll just sit here and eat dinner, watch a movie. The bar thing versus having a second row, because if we had a second row, we'd never use it. It would be decoration seats. Not hating on anybody with a second row. If you have enough people to accommodate constantly using that, but usually the second row is like the place where you put your mother-in-law, right?
Yeah. And usually when I have guests, right, I'd rather them sit front row because
there's nothing wrong
with the money seat, right?
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the second row, but like you said, it's in reality, it's very rarely used. So again, there's the fine line between the teeter-totter between a home theater and then a theater that's in your home, right? Like, if you got 3-4 rows, that's not a home. That's just a theater at that point.
That's a commercial, like
that's a theater. Yes, it's attached to your home, but it's like, is it really? Are you using that daily? It's almost, you have to use it at least monthly.
Every day. I'll swear every day. And I mean, if we go on vacation, obviously we won't be using it, but every single night we're down here, and every time.
Otherwise, it's just a theater that you're showing off, which nothing wrong with that either. But I enjoy the different views of, this is how we did it, because it's a theater, right? Because that's the primary function, to watch movies. But you also have your entertainment bar space. You have it's very
closet hidden by the sump pump so the kids can't find your candy.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they watch this video, which they probably won't. Hopefully not.
They're watching Fortnite videos on YouTube. They don't even know what this is. They don't even have any idea what this is.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They're watching Fortnite and Call of Duty and all that.
Yeah. Out there. Instead of playing games, we're watching other people play games.
I'll never understand, but hey, that's fine. I was like, why don't you just play the game? Like, I want to watch somebody else play it. Okay. Why did I pay $70 for that game for you to watch somebody else play it when it was free? I don't get it. Yeah.
Man, my kids do that, man. They have their cousins come to the house.
Gotta watch the cheat codes, man. Figure out how they
my kids have their cousins come to the house and they go sit in the same room on their tablets playing Roblox. And I'm like, why did you come over again if you're all going to sit in the same room and get into cyberspace?
My son does the same thing with his friend. They sit on the sofa together playing Roblox on an iPad, and I'm like,
I'm so old school. We play the Nintendo Wii, like on the big screen, right? And we're playing like tennis and the sword game or whatever, the Wii Sports. We play Wii Sports. And
I want Duck Hunt back. What are you talking about?
Man. That was great, man.
I'm gonna need one with a sniper rifle so I can put it back on my bar top.
Yeah, man. That was one of. Now it's like these games are so complicated. I'm like,
I know.
Easy.
It's like I'm trying to play to relax. I'm not trying to. I just worked my 8 to 5 solving real world problems.
Yeah.
When I come to play video games, I don't want to be solving all these puzzles, man. It's like, I don't want to be solving.
I
You
played
know,
locally. That's like I'm playing that Indiana Jones game now, the one that's free on.
that has a lot of puzzles, man.
That's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's,
So Brian,
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
any upgrades that you are looking forward to that you can talk about? I know the wife is sitting right there, so you don't want to say too much.
I
But
mean, I
you,
can say for the first time, and this is rare coming from me. I don't want to upgrade anything.
that's good.
I mean, I'm happy. I mean, I have some temporary GIK acoustic panels in here from upstairs that are tan because they're from upstairs. So I moved them down here so Brandon Hill could do the calibration. The black ones are coming, I don't know, next week. The Lumigen, I'm excited about that, but I don't even know what else I could do. Like these subs.
You'll have to come back on and let us
Which of the
know.
Lumigens are you getting?
Yeah.
Because Don has a Lumigen.
Yep.
I'm looking at that too because I want to
41,
the 41 or the 42. Which one?
Yeah, well, basically, I got the one because everything's running through the AVR, so I got the one with
The
one in,
single one. Yeah,
'cause
single.
I don't need to run multiple sources or audio off of it. So
Yeah.
I think the 5,000 is for like more. I think that's more designed towards like legacy gear to where it does audio and video to where you run. Yes, but I just did the one where, from what I'm told, just they said run because I ran two fiber optic HDMI's to my projector.
Yeah.
So they said just run the PS5 and the Xbox through the
directly.
Receiver, input 2 or whatever, and then run the DVD player, the Apple TV, and the Kaleidoscape through the Lumigen. So I'm just gonna listen to what they say.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one that I'm kind of hoping
I
that
would
I
love
can
to
get
have
my
you
hands
back
on.
It's because you have your LS 1200, and then after you get that and have it for a week,
because it won't
you'll have to come back on and let us know, like, after the initial, oh, I spent money on something. Of course, I love it. After that wears off, because
because this doesn't have like that. I went back and forth between, and I talked to a lot of people between the QB 1000 and the LS 12,000. The QB 1000 has dynamic tone mapping, but it does not have the tone mapping capabilities that Lumigen has. So I said, I'm just going to go with the 12,000 at a Lumigen. And really, you're not maybe, let's just say maybe $1,000 more, but that LS 12,000 with a Lumigen is really only like $1,000 more than buying the QB 1000. And from what I'm told, you're getting a better experience.
Oh yeah, you're getting with Lumigen, you are getting a really amazing
for
and if I decide to go with a scope screen, then I put one up and call Chris Deering or the guy. What's the guy that owns it? Jim Peterson. Because you get, I think that's his name. You get it. When you buy one, you literally get his number. You call him.
Yeah,
directly.
Jim owns. He's the guy. He's the brain behind.
Go with a scope screen, and I'm like, how do I do automatic aspect ratio switching? They just tell you how to do it, and then there's no lens memory. It knows what to do, and it just switches it all. I mean.
That's a good solution.
I can't sit here and say, "Oh, well, I'll never do scope. Scope is stupid." Who knows? I mean,
it's really about the use case, right? I watch a lot of TV shows.
Same here.
Even more than I watch movies, right? And I'm about to go binge on what's season 3 of what's the show again? The one on Amazon Prime. The old shooter. What's his name? How did I forget? Season 3 just came out. But crap.
Love Island. Like, what do you watch? I don't know what you watch, bro.
The action. What's the Reacher?
Oh, Reacher.
Reacher 3 is out now, so I need to go see. I'll probably go binge on that tonight.
I mean, there's nothing like when you have a 16:9 screen. Nobody's ever going to say this isn't true. And you watch something, and the screen is completely full.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like, bam. It's like crazy. He said it. Lumagen will be a game changer. He just threw it up on there. He's one of the ones that talked me to it.
Hey, thanks, Amir. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Yeah, so it's been, but quickly, please, guys, if you're watching, do all that great YouTube stuff. Hit like, share, subscribe, and I'll put it out there. If you would like to be a guest on the show, we are needing guests because we love to have home theater reviews and tours every week if possible, right? So if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please send an email to, what's it called? Home Theater Hub live at gmail.com. I almost forgot, and I'm not sure why I'm showing Horizon, but yes, please reach out.
I'm gonna try to do some new videos on my YouTube channel. I've just been so busy. I haven't.
Yes,
And
and you do have a YouTube
Yeah.
channel. Yes,
Yeah.
we will be wrong not to give you a shout out for that.
Try.
So I
Everybody
will.
wants a tour of the new room and the GSG subs. I'm gonna try to do something in the next week or two. So bear with me.
Yep. So
Ace of HT.
is,
You gotta.
do you have it pulled up? Let me pull it up.
No, I do not actually.
I got a whole
I found it. I'll pull it
512
up.
followers. So I'm a big guy. I'm big time. Bigger than anybody.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I'll pull it
minimum
up.
$800 monthly Patreon fee.
Yeah. Hey, no,
Yeah, so go check out his
revenue coming
his
from there.
YouTube page, Ace of Base HT, and give Brian the subscription, give him a like, go watch some of his previous videos, and I'm sure he's gonna be putting out more content on that as
Yeah,
we.
give me a few weeks. I'm gonna give it a whirl. I got to get back into it.
Yep. But yeah, let's see. Do we have any last minute questions? And oh, thank you, Giles.
There you go. Yep.
Yep. I mean, it is. There's a lot of content. Like I watch Invincibles on the.
So
IMDb.
Kyle was fortunate enough to get a tour of your theater, so that's great.
Oh, nice.
Here, in real life.
Yeah,
That might be the guy. That might be.
He might
the
be
guy.
using a different name than what you know.
Well, dude did come here and buy my PSA speakers upstairs, and I did bring him down here and show him the theater. So that might be him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he bought my.
Oh
PSA.
yeah,
Yep,
you just
that's what he
said
said.
PSA speakers.
Yep,
So.
yep.
Yeah, it's a small world, man. Yeah, that's a small
And he
community.
made me a nice trade too. He gave me an Ultra Center and two of the Prime Pinnacle Towers. We made a sweet cash deal. He made out, I made out. Everybody was happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's about. Yeah, for sure. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, I brought him down here. He said, "Be careful, I have heart problems." I was like, "You're fine, dude. We weren't naming any subs in here yet. We have some bass shakers and a little tiny 12 in the corner." He was like, "Yeah, sounds really good." So I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah. So yeah, it's been an amazing show. Thank you, all of you that joined us tonight. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. Hopefully, we have another impressive home theater lined up that we can take a look at. But it's been a wonderful episode tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We should have Don back next week if he's not on a vacation.
Yep. If you're missing that extra hour, don't worry. We'll bring Don back next week.
Yes, we'll definitely bring Don back next week. Brian, please stay on. We'll just chat for a few minutes in the green room. But thank you everyone for watching. It's great to have you support us. We will see you on the show next week.
Cheers.
Bye. Yes.
Peace.